This strange cut has become one of my top 5 favorite foods, and it's perfect for carnivore, including lion diet, because it's a cut of beef, and it also meets these 3 criteria. 1, it's meat from a cow, which is an instant win. 2, its macros are excellent with a 70% fat to 30% protein ratio. And 3, it's got a unique flavor and texture that increases your variety on the carnivore diet. And no, it's not liver. So I'm talking about beef tongue. I know it sounds gross, but hear me out. I was also a little creeped out at first, but it's really easy to prepare, and it's perfect for getting a little bit of crispy texture on the carnivore diet without having to whip out the pork rinds. So I'll show you how I do that right now. So cooking beef tongue takes a few steps, a little bit of time. There's a few different methods. A lot of people will use an Instant Pot. That only takes about an hour to cook. I think you can also use a crock pot, but that takes like 8 hours to cook. And since I don't have an Instant Pot, I'll be using a saucepan today and cooking it on the stove. This method will work for any of those options. It just changes the cooking time. So to start, I put the beef tongue in a saucepan. It's okay to put it in right from frozen because it'll thaw pretty quickly. Second, fill it up with water until it's just over the meat. And then put the water on the stove and bring it up to a soft boil. Once it starts bubbling a little bit, then you can reduce it to a low simmer. And once that water was boiling, for me, I just put 2 pinches of kosher salt into the water because it melts really easily, and that'll help brine it while it's cooking so it can get that salty flavor all the way throughout the tongue. You want to keep it kind of light on the salt at this step because you can always add more salt at the end, but that brine will just help with the tenderness and the breakdown of the meat. And once it's stabilized, I put it all the way down on low. This is where the cooking time varies. If you're in the crock pot, it'll take more like 8 hours. And if you're in a pressure cooker, Instant Pot, it's about an hour to an hour and a half. But for the stovetop method, we're doing 3 hours. This low and slow process will make the meat melt in your mouth tender. After 3 hours, you're ready to take out the tongue carefully and place it on a rack pan. You want to be careful because it's very tender at this point and could fall apart pretty easily. Put it in the refrigerator or freezer to cool off quickly, and once the outside is cool enough to touch and hold the tongue, take it out and place it on a cutting board. All right, you ready? I still haven't touched it with my fingers, so it's so weird because it's still warm, but it's also really dry because it was in the fridge. So it's like, it feels like I'm touching a real live tongue because it's warm. Oh, look at that.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. Rosie wants to be the one to peel the skin off. So I'm going to cut it in half and we can each peel one side.
Okay.
How about?
Are you going to say anything about your holding the knife?
Thank you so much, Rosie. I actually already took some B-roll shots.
You did?
So I'll put those in right now.
Aww.
But Rosie got me this super cool knife for hitting my 30 days on carnivore. No cheating. So thank you so much, Rosie. The support really helps a lot.
Good.
Okay, so the tongue. Weird. Okay, first time using this knife. Oh, I cut nice. All right, so which side do you want to peel, Rosie?
The tip part.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do this part first. Hoping I can just... Here, look at that.
Ooh.
It's all like
it looks so
cheesecloth.
gross. But in a good way.
Oh.
Oh. I want to have a turn.
I wonder how many things this has licked. Hey, bud, we're filming a video here. Oh, it's got the spot on it. It looks like a cow skin.
Yeah, that's
Weird.
so weird.
Okay, look at those little bumpies. All right, let me wash my hands and I'll film you.
Just film my hands though.
Okay.
I'm not like.
Oh yeah, I know you're having a bad hair day.
No.
All right.
Oh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you get.
There we go.
It does want to stick to it a little bit.
Not bad though.
It comes off surprisingly easy. Yeah.
What?
It might work better if you weren't trying to peel it in half while you do it.
I know, but I need to.
Okay, do what you gotta do.
Oh my gosh, this is. It does feel like it's still alive because the warmth.
Yeah.
Is wild. So do you think like our tongues would be like this too?
Probably. I mean, it's a really strong muscle. Wow.
Oh, I ripped a little right there. Oopsies.
It reminds me of Dumb and Dumber when he gets his tongue stuck to the chairlift and it's all stretchy and what the heck?
It is wild. That's a first.
But it came out pretty easy though.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
At this point, you can cut the beef into any shape you want. I like to do slices that are about 1 centimeter thick and make them into chips fried in the pan, but you can also very thinly slice them, or you can try to make French fries shapes if you want to. Really, it's up to you, however you want to shape this, but this is the perfect texture and consistency for me to give you that crispy chip feeling, crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Oh, it's sticky. Oh, this knife cuts like a dream, dude.
Good.
Thank you. I recommend only slicing what you're planning on eating because it goes into the refrigerator really nicely. The next day, I sliced some more beef tongue up and fried it in the pan, and this time I got an even nicer crisp on it, maybe because it had sat in the fridge for a while. Now you'll want to preheat a decent amount of ghee or tallow in a stainless steel pan on medium low. Other pans are okay, but I'll tell you why the stainless steel is important in a minute. Once the oil is smoking a bit, place the slices into the pan with tongs or a frying skimmer spoon or spatula or something. I use tongs, and this cooking process will be really quick. Let it fry for a minute or so, and before you flip, you need to loosen it from the pan because it really likes to grab onto that pan. So this is why stainless steel is important. You need to be able to scrape underneath the slice without breaking them or without scraping off any nasty non-stick whatevers from the pan. Once they're loose and can slide around, then you can flip them. You'll see a nice golden brown color. And you just do the same on the other side. Scrape it off because that soft texture of the tongue really likes to stick to the pan. Maybe using more oil would help, but none of us like to waste oil, so this is what I did, and it still turned out great. When you take it off the heat, make sure you put the hottest side up, the side that was touching the pan last, and let it rest for a bit. While it's still hot and a little moist, you want to sprinkle it with just a bit of salt. I like to use Redmond's real salt or something similar to that. And once it's cooled off for about 5 minutes, you're ready to enjoy. All right, it's time. Mine's a little more cooked than yours. Yours is right there.
All right.
So, hi. You gonna try the tongue? Guess I'll just try the fried piece. It's really like buttery. It's kind of like the same texture as liver, but without the like strong taste. Yum. So let me know how your wellness journey is going, and I'll talk to you next time.